Hello, everyone. Skip Montreux here. You are about to listen to a sample of a Down to Business English members-only episode. In this episode, Samantha Vega and I report on the CrowdStrike Incident, the largest IT outage in history. We discuss the cause of this outage, the company responsible for it, and the fallout for businesses around the world. Our goal at Down to Business English is to help you learn and retain business English by reporting on current business news stories and teaching useful words, phrases, and expressions that are related to those headlines. In order for us to produce this type of authentic English learning material that you just won't find in a business English classroom or textbook, we rely on the support of listeners like you. If you find Down to Business English useful in your English studies, if you find the topics and the business stories that we report on educational and interesting, if the words and phrases we explain in the Down to Vocabulary portion of the show are helping you with your business English, well, support what we do by becoming a D2B member today. Just go to d2benglish.com/membership to sign up. That's D, the number 2, B, English.com/membership. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy this sample of a D2B members-only episode.
From Tokyo, Japan, and New Plymouth, New Zealand, this is Down to Business English with your hosts, Skip Montreux and Samantha Vega.
Skip, I see you survived.
Survived? Survived what?
All the headlines I've been reading out of Japan are about Typhoon Ampel.
Oh, that.
It was supposed to be the largest typhoon to hit the country in some time.
It was a powerful typhoon, yes. But I wouldn't say that it hit Japan. If you look at a map of the typhoon's path, you can see that it stayed out over the Pacific Ocean and just passed by the Kanto region.
It didn't actually make landfall then?
No, I don't think so. But it certainly did cause a lot of havoc. Lots of rain and wind. In fact, the Japan Meteorology Agency classified it as very strong, on par with a Category 2 hurricane.
I also read that they shut down the Shinkansen, or bullet train, between Tokyo and Nagoya because of strong winds.
That's right. I actually had a meeting on Friday that was canceled because of that.
Another headline I saw was that something like 600 international and domestic flights were canceled.
Is that right? You are more on top of this than I am.
I like to keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening in Japan.
Well, it is funny you mentioned canceled flights.
Why is that?
Because today on Down to Business English, we are going to be reporting on that global IT outage that took place in July.
Oh, you're referring to what they are calling the CrowdStrike Incident.
Yes, thousands of businesses worldwide, including many international air carriers like Delta Airlines, were severely impacted by this cybersecurity failure.
Yes, I was too. I was at the grocery store and I couldn't pay for my groceries, and I didn't have enough cash on me to pay for them, so I had to just leave them there and go home.
You're kidding.
No. And you know what? It just goes to show you we shouldn't be getting rid of cash. But I think New Zealand businesses got off luckier than most.
But business losses are in the billions of dollars worldwide.
So let's do it. Let's get D2B down to business with the CrowdStrike Incident, the largest global IT outage in history. Before we dive into the incident itself, let's take a minute to understand what CrowdStrike is.
Great idea. What can you tell us about CrowdStrike, the company, Samantha?
CrowdStrike is an American cybersecurity technology company based in Austin, Texas.
Austin, the home of Tesla and SpaceX, sometimes referred to as Silicon Hills.
Austin has attracted a lot of tech companies in recent years. In fact, CrowdStrike relocated from Silicon Valley to Austin in 2021.
There you go.
Anyway, CrowdStrike specializes in 3 major cybersecurity areas: threat intelligence, cyber attack response services, and something called endpoint security.
So their products and services would be very important for any company with an online presence.
That's right. CrowdStrike delivers crucial products and services for the infrastructure of the Internet. And they cater to a wide variety of sectors as well: finance, manufacturing, education, energy, retail, insurance, and airline carriers.
Just how big of a company is CrowdStrike?
In terms of their reach, they are pretty big. According to the IDC, the International Data Corporation, CrowdStrike held 17.7% of the endpoint security market.
And by endpoint security, you mean security for any device that connects to the internet. Desktops, laptops, smartphones, and tablets. Literal endpoints of the connection.
Exactly. And CrowdStrike serves around 29,000 customers and operates in over 170 countries around the world.
Okay, so they are huge.
They are. Nearly 60% of Fortune 500 companies and more than half of the Fortune 1000 use CrowdStrike's products.
Who would be some of their high-profile customers?
In addition to Delta Airlines, which you previously mentioned, United Airlines is also a customer, as is Microsoft, Amazon, Visa, Goldman Sachs, Sega, and Credit Suisse.
So clearly, CrowdStrike is a go-to cybersecurity company.
Yes, they are certainly a major player in the field of cybersecurity. Now, let's get into the details of the incident itself.
Yes. On Friday, July 19th, CrowdStrike released a faulty software update that caused widespread issues globally. This update triggered the infamous blue screen of death on devices running Windows, rendering them unusable for users.
Nothing like releasing a faulty software update that disables everyone's computer on a Friday afternoon, just before the weekend.
No kidding.
When you say it was a widespread global issue, how widespread are we talking about?
The scope of this incident was massive. Approximately 8.5 million devices using the Microsoft Windows operating platform were affected.
8.5 million. That's a big number. But on a global scale, it can't be that large of a percentage.
Yeah, you're right. According to Microsoft, that number only represents about 1% of Microsoft devices. I hope you enjoyed that sample of a D2B members-only episode. Thank you very much for listening. To listen to the full episode and to support D2B, just go to d2benglish.com/membership and become a D2B member today. One more time, that's D, the number 2, B, English.com/membership. On behalf of Des, Samantha, and myself, we thank you for your support.
Down to Business English. Business news to improve your business English.